The State Weather Bureau says Tropical Cyclone Paulo intensified into a typhoon as it made landfall over Isabela. According to Pag-asa, Paulo made landfall over Dinapigue, Isabela at around 9 a.m. on Friday, October 3. In its 11 a.m. bulletin, Pag-asa says it last spotted Paulo in the vicinity of San Guillermo, Isabela. It carries maximum sustained winds of 130 km per hour and gustiness of up to 215 km per hour. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 4 is raised over 10 Luzon areas where typhoon-force winds may pose a significant to severe threat to life and property. Signal number 3 is up over 9 other Luzon areas where moderate to significant impacts are expected from storm-force winds. 8 areas in Luzon are under signal number 2, which face a minor to moderate threat to life and property due to gale-force winds. Meanwhile, signal number 1 is hoisted over 12 areas in Luzon where strong winds may bring minimal to minor impacts. Paulo is forecast to move generally west-northwestward and cross the landmass of northern Luzon on Friday. According to Pag-asa, Paulo is seen to emerge over the West Philippine Sea on Friday afternoon or evening. Paulo will continue moving west-northwestward until it exits the Philippine Area of Responsibility Saturday morning, October 4. Pag-asa says Paulo may slightly weaken while traversing the rugged terrain of northern Luzon, although maintaining typhoon category is not ruled out. The agency also notes that re-intensification is highly likely once Paulo emerges over the West Philippine Sea. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council's reported death toll from the magnitude 6.9 Cebu earthquake drops to 68 from the initial tally of 72. As the implementing arm of the NDRRMC, the Office of Civil Defense clarifies that the earlier report came from Cebu's Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. It adds that the latest figures on Friday, October 3, are from the management of the Dead and Missing Cluster led by the Department of the Interior and Local Government. OCD Deputy Spokesperson Diego Mariano says this recently activated cluster will serve as the standard source for casualty figures. He says the numbers may increase or decrease as validation of the cluster is ongoing. Based on the latest NDRRMC report, 559 injuries were recorded due to the strong tremor. The total infrastructure damage has yet to be fully documented, but the quake has ruined thousands of homes and public buildings. According to the NDRRMC, 355 structures, including churches, schools, and government buildings, have been reported as partially damaged. At least 5,000 houses were damaged, of which at least 4,350 were partially damaged, and at least 650 were destroyed. The magnitude 6.9 earthquake has affected at least 360,000 people in the region, with only around 1,700 currently staying in evacuation centers. According to PHIVOLCS, the quake struck at 9:59 p.m. on Tuesday, September 30, with its epicenter located 19 kilometers northeast of Bogo City. PHIVOLCS continues to record aftershocks, which it says may persist for weeks. As of 8 a.m. on Friday, at least 3,900 aftershocks were recorded, ranging from magnitude 1 to magnitude 5.1. The construction firm linked to former Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldy Co is among the subjects of a bid rigging complaint referred by the Department of Public Works and Highways to the competition body for possible case filings. SunWest Incorporated is listed as a respondent in one of the 2 bid rigging and bid manipulation cases forwarded by the DPWH to the Philippine Competition Commission on Friday, October 3. The agency also says officials and employees of DPWH Regional Office 4B are allegedly involved. It adds that regional officials failed to act and instead continued the projects awarded to SunWest Incorporated despite alleged irregularities surrounding flood control projects in Oriental Mindoro. This is in addition to the Independent Commission for Infrastructure's move asking the Office of the Ombudsman to recommend filing graft complaints against Co and 17 others, including DPWH officials and SunWest Incorporated. The ICI cited an allegedly substandard flood control project in Oriental Mindoro valued at 289.5 million pesos. Co is accused of receiving billions of pesos in kickbacks from contractors and DPWH officials who testified in congressional inquiries into flood control projects. He has denied the allegations. Co has since resigned from the House of Representatives, citing an alleged grave and imminent threat to himself and his family. In a separate complaint, the DPWH names Wawa Builders, Ion Construction Corporation, Sims Construction Trading, St. Timothy Construction Corporation, and officials and employees of the DPWH Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office over alleged irregularities in the province's flood control projects. According to the agency, preliminary evidence also suggests collusion among the involved contractors and officials, which may be a violation of Section 14, Chapter 3 of the Philippine Competition Act. Preliminary evidence includes the admissions of contractor Curly Descaya and former DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo before the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. the Philippine Competition Act prohibits certain anti-competitive agreements between competitors. If found guilty, the Philippine Competition Commission may impose fines of 110 million pesos for a first offense and between 110 million pesos and 250 million pesos for subsequent offenses on the named firms. The DPWH says the Philippine Competition Commission has also confirmed that penalties may be applied on a per-incident basis and that public works officials and employees could face liability as facilitators.